Delilah McKinnon.
Okay.
Delilah McKinnon Strayer.
Okay, what's your middle name?
Delilah Ruth Strayer McKinnon.
No, okay. So, how long have you been living on this earth?
Gosh, 70-something years.
70-something years, okay. So,
Or 80-something.
80-something, okay. So tell me, where were you born?
Brunswick, Georgia.
Brunswick, Georgia. Okay. And what year were you born?
1939.
Okay, what month were you born?
July.
July.
21st.
The 21st?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you were right after June, July.
Yeah.
You were born shortly after the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that was just some basic questions. So people know, a little bit of information about you. Now we're going to go way back into your early childhood, and we're going to start with your grandparents, okay? Now, if you can answer these questions, please do. Now, if you can't, just, let us know. So we're going to start on the grandparents on your dad's side. What are your grandparents on your dad's side's name?
Emily Strayer.
So that was your dad's mom's name?
Yep. His dad, I didn't know.
Do you know his dad's name? What was your grandfather's name?
I don't know it.
You don't know your grandfather's name, okay?
No.
All right. So, do you know anything about your grandfather?
No. He lived in Brunswick, Georgia, with his wife, Emily.
Okay.
But other than that, I wasn't close with him.
Now, you bring up you weren't close with him. Why weren't you close with him?
I guess because he didn't allow us.
Okay. Do you know what type of person that he was?
No.
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 Okay. All right, and what about his wife, Emily? Do you know anything about her?
Very little, but she was a very nice person.
Okay. Do you know where Emily was born?
No.
Do you believe that she was born in Georgia?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe that she was born in Brunswick?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Do you recall around what year your grandfather and your grandmother was born?
No.
All right. Did your mom or your dad ever tell you how they met?
I don't think so.
Okay. What, if any, are your memories of your grandfather or your grandmother?
On the Strayer side,
On your dad's side.
we went up there on vacation, but other than that, not a lot.
Okay, so where was the vacation at? You're talking about your grandparents' house, right?
Yep.
Okay, so where was their house at now?
Brunswick, Georgia.
Okay. Was that near the beach?
No.
No. Okay. Can you recall anything that you did while y'all were there on vacation?
No.
Okay, so it was just too early for you in age for you to recall anything? Okay. Do you recall it because that your mother or your dad told you that you did that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. What did your grandmother look like? Was she a short woman? Did she have?
Short.
What did she look like?
She was short and dumpy.
Short and okay.
Yep.
Did she have short hair?
Yep.
Okay. Was it dark? Was she? Did she have
Light
blonde?
brown. Light
Light
brown.
brown hair. Okay. Do you know if either your grandfather or your grandmother were part of big families, or were they kind of part of small families?
They were a large family.
Okay. Okay. We're going to fast forward a little bit. We're going to go to your mom and your dad. Okay. And tell us, what are your parents' name and your mom's maiden name as well?
Emily Grace Bowen Strayer. And who? Daddy was John Henry Strayer.
Okay. Where were they born?
Brunswick, as far as I know, or either mother in Lyons and Vidalia.
Okay. Okay. Do you recall what year they were born, or generally around that time, what
No.
year they were born?
No.
Okay. What year did they pass away?
My parents,
Mm-hmm. What year did your dad pass away?
I don't know, maybe 95.
95. Okay. What did he pass away from? Was it an accident?
No, his heart.
His heart. Okay. So was he at his house when he passed away? Was he at a hospital?
Hospital in Pahokee.
In Pahokee. Okay. All right. Now, what about your mom? Did she? How did she pass away? Now.
She was in an accident.
Okay. Was it like a work accident? Was it a vehicle accident?
Vehicle accident.
Okay. And did she survive the wreck? Did she go to a hospital? What happened?
She was in the hospital and died.
Was that shortly thereafter the wreck, or a couple of days, or what?
Yes.
So she made it. Do you know approximately how long after that automobile accident it took for her to pass away?
Probably 10, 12 days.
Okay. Now, where did she end up finally passing away at?
At the hospital in Pahokee.
Was it the same one that your dad passed away at?
Yes.
Okay. Where did they meet one another?
I suppose in Brunswick.
Okay.
That's where Daddy was from, and Mother was from Vidalia or Lyons, and probably went to Brunswick.
Did they ever tell you how they met one another?
No.
Okay. Did your mom graduate high school?
No.
Okay. Do you recall what her highest grade level was?
Probably high school, but she had to quit to take care of her mother.
Did your dad graduate high school?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So they married one another. Do you recall what year they married one another at?
God, no. I know it was on February the 14th, but I don't know what year.
Okay. Did they ever tell you where they married one another at?
No, but it was in Brunswick.
So it was still in Brunswick.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Were your parents, were they churchgoers?
Yes. My mother was. My dad, no.
Was she affiliated with, like, say, maybe any type of a denomination, like Catholic, Baptist, a Methodist? Did she have
She
a...
went to the Methodist church, plus she went to the Baptist church.
Okay. Where did she wind up having her main home that she lived in?
Canal Point.
That's where?
Huh?
Where is that at?
Canal Point, Florida.
Okay. So we're going to fast forward a little bit. We got a little bit of information, about your mom and dad and everything. Where they were born and stuff like that. We're going to move on to your siblings, okay? So, how many siblings were born from your parents?
4.
4.
3. 3 siblings. 4 children.
4 total. Okay. What are their names by birth order?
Henry Woodrow Strayer.
Okay.
Delilah Ruth Strayer. Gloria Wileen Strayer. And John Richard Strayer.
Okay. And do you recall what year Woodrow was born at? What year?
1938.
38. Okay, so next was you.
Yes.
What was your birth year?
39.
39. And then Gloria.
Yes.
What was her birth year?
I don't know. 1940 something. I don't know.
So she's maybe 4 or 5 years older than you.
No, younger.
I mean younger. Sorry about that. Now, were they all born in Canal Point, or where were they born at?
All in Pahokee.
Where were you born at?
Brunswick, Georgia.
So was there some point that they moved from Brunswick and made their home Canal Point?
Yes.
Okay. Did they ever tell you what year that was?
No.
So was it when you were a small child they moved to Canal Point?
I had to be a baby, 3
Yeah.
months old.
Okay. So do you recall why your mom and dad moved to Pahokee? Did they ever tell you why?
For work.
For work, okay. Was it mainly just your dad looking for work?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, who were you closest to?
My mother.
No, we're talking about your siblings.
Oh, my siblings.
Yeah, who were you closest to for your siblings?
Gloria.
Gloria, okay. Were you closest to her growing up?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us, what are any funny memories that you can recall that you had with Gloria when y'all were growing up? Any funny encounters or funny moments that you can recall?
Yeah.
Tell us.
When she draped herself and me, and we put us on a horse, and we scared the other kids.
So that was when you were like between, like, say, 4, I'm talking about like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, those years growing up.
Oh, I don't know that young, no.
So you can't recall any fun times you had with your sister?
Not, they were fun times, but I don't know exactly what they were.
So did you ever go swimming with your sister?
Yes.
What, did you ever go camping with your sister?
No.
So you went swimming with, we bring up swimming. Where did y'all go to swim at around Canal Point?
Lake Okeechobee.
Lake Okeechobee, okay. Okay. And was there a particular memory that you can recall that you had with your sister that was fun, or was it just sticks out in your mind?
We were real close as sisters.
Okay.
I don't know anything. We just got along good.
Okay. Did she, who made you, and you're talking about your siblings, who got on your nerves the most?
I guess Woody,
Well, no, why do you say that?
because he pestered us.
What would he do to pester you?
Just yang all the time. Wanted to be number one.
I wanted to be number one, okay.
And we ain't gonna let me and Gloria go and gang up on him.
Okay. All right. Was there any traumatic event that took place between y'all in your early years growing up in Canal Point that you can recall?
No.
Like was there an accident that led anybody to the hospital? Did anybody cut an ear off? You know what I'm saying? Anything, a traumatic event that happened?
No.
Okay. So there wasn't a traumatic event between like anybody gotten in a car wreck or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right, so did your brother Woodrow ever marry anybody?
Yes.
Okay. What was the name of who he married?
Something Newsom. Betty Ann Newsom.
Okay. Did they have children?
No.
Okay. Okay. So did they adopt any children, or were they foster parents to any children?
They was foster parents to children.
Okay. 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 So what about Aunt Gloria? I mean, so what about your sister?
She was good. We always got along good.
Okay. Okay. Did she ever marry or have children?
Yes.
Okay. Who did she wind up marrying?
Jacob Kirkhart.
Okay. And how many children did they have?
2.
Okay. What's their names?
Amanda and Jacob.
Okay. All right. And what about your other brother?
Vicky.
Yeah. What about him? Did he marry someone?
I think so. And they had 2 boys.
Okay. Do you recall what her name
No.
was?
No.
Okay. So you said that him and the woman that he was with, they had two kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you recall their names?
No.
Okay. So who is Dale and Sean?
Nancy's children.
Okay. So Dickie, was he married at one point in his life?
Yes.
Did he divorce the
Yes.
woman? Okay. And so then, from what I'm hearing, he got met someone else,
Yes,
and he had children by
her.
her. Okay. All right. Did you get along with Dickie?
Pretty well.
Was there any funny moments that y'all shared together?
Not really. He was so much younger than us.
Well, did he do anything that made you aggravated with him?
Not that I can remember. I'm sure there is, but I don't remember or recall it.
Okay. Now we're gonna move on, and we're gonna go to your early years from birth to about 12 years old. Okay. So keep that in your mindset. We're gonna those early years. Okay. Those growing up years, and I'm gonna ask you some questions. Okay. So for you, what was your childhood like growing up?
It was good.
Okay, now tell me what you mean by good. Why? What made it good?
I guess because of the large family that we had.
Okay.
I had a sister and 2 brothers, and I got along with them very well.
Okay. Okay. So, what were some of the happy memories for you growing up?
Just playing with whoever we could.
Okay, so you had friends around y'all's house in Canal Point.
Yes,
Okay. All right. How did your parents treat you?
good.
Was there one parent who was the person who did the disciplining?
Yes, my mother
Your mother. Tell me about your mother.
was a good woman,
Okay.
but very strict.
She was strict. Okay, so she was the. So your dad was more. Was it because that he worked more?
Yes,
Okay. Okay. So, what did your parents do for work, starting with your dad?
at a packing house in Canal Point.
Do you recall?
Daddy worked in Brunswick at the Coca-Cola Company.
Okay. Do you recall the name of that packing house in Canal Point was?
I don't know. I can't remember it.
Okay.
That's a long time ago.
Was it maybe called S.M. Jones?
Nope, that was the second one.
The
He
second
was
one.
at a different one.
So you can't. Yeah, that does go back a ways. And what about your mom? Did she have any jobs that she had?
Yes, she worked at the packing house also,
She did. Okay. What did she do while she was there?
on the bean belt.
On the bean belt. Okay.
Yep,
Okay. So did she make sure that everything run fine, or what did she do?
yes. She was on the, doing work just like everybody else.
Okay. Okay. Now, in those early years, as a family, did y'all take any vacations?
Very few.
Tell me the ones in your early childhood that you remember. You know, where did you go?
To Brunswick,
To Brunswick. So you
Yeah.
went to Brunswick as an early child.
yeah.
Can you recall what those were like?
She and Daddy's family, that's where they were from.
Okay. Okay. Was there anything that sticks out in your memory that maybe there was a fun activity that you did as a kid?
Not really. I don't remember anything, but I just know that we got along good.
Okay, you remember going up there when, okay, all right. What do you think it was the reason for that y'all didn't take many vacations?
We didn't have the money.
Okay. Okay. So, give us an idea of like Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, 4th of July, those type of things. What were the holidays like around your house? Tell us that.
We had a lot of family around Christmas time. Thanksgiving, it was just immediate family, but the rest of it was family all around.
Okay. So in those early years, did your mom like decorate the house for Christmas time? What was it like for y'all?
Yes.
Okay. Did she get it all fancied up, or was it just moderately decorated?
Moderately decorated.
So it was done nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Did y'all ever, when Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, did she ever have, her family over those times?
I don't remember that.
Okay. What about Thanksgiving or Easter? Did family come and visit on those times?
No, it was just immediate family, us, the 4 kids, and mother and daddy.
Okay. Now, were there any ones of, like, say, Thanksgiving or Easter that stuck out in your memory in those early years that you can recall? Maybe there was an Easter that something really fun happened, or just anything like that?
No, not really. Just having an Easter egg hunt and being out in the yard playing.
Okay. What about 4th of July's in the summertime?
Nothing. We never did nothing that I remember.
Did y'all ever go see a 4th of July show?
No.
So there was never any fireworks that y'all saw as a kid growing up?
No, only what other people had.
Okay. Okay. What was your best Christmas memory back then?
Oh God, that's been so long. I don't know. I guess when I got my bicycle.
You got a bicycle.
Or a record player.
You got a record player. Tell us
Yeah.
about those things.
Those were nice things, and Mother and Daddy seen. Mother and Daddy always seen that we got what we wanted.
Okay. Okay. Now, in those growing up years, was there any traumatic events that occurred that you can remember?
No.
So there wasn't like no one involved in a car accident, or nobody accidentally chopped off their ear or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Okay, now we're going to talk about your early years with your siblings, okay? What was your relationship like with your siblings?
All of it was good.
Okay. What did y'all do for fun?
We played outside. We were outside kids. We had to play outside.
Okay.
Anything that they played with the ball, we played.
Okay. So y'all, your mom and dad said, y'all get out of the house.
Yep.
Okay. Did any one of those ever do anything to make you mad?
I'm
mad?
sure. I'm sure they did. Woody did.
Did you ever get in trouble as a young child?
Yep, I did.
And I'm talking about from like 0 to 12 years old that you can recall.
Got my butt tore up by my mother.
What
For whatever I did, I don't know.
You can't remember, but you remember that it hurt?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Was there a special moment that you had with your brothers or your sister that you can recall growing up?
No. I mean, we loved each other, but other than that, that's it.
Well, with your siblings, were there any holiday memories that stand out to you, and why?
We were all together.
So it was just being
Christmas.
together as family during the holidays.
Yes.
So you shared that you went a couple times on vacation. Did y'all ever go to any, and I'm talking about y'all as siblings, did y'all ever go to like any parks? Did y'all go to like any like when the amusement park fair come to town? Did y'all ever do anything like that?
Yes.
Y'all did. Tell me a little bit about that.
When the carnival come to,
Yeah. Tell me
yes,
about
we went there, rode the rides and had a good time.
it. Okay, Andy.
Yeah.
All right. What was the funniest thing that y'all ever did together?
Oh my God. I guess when Gloria draped us in a sheet.
Draped
Yeah.
you in a sheet.
And we
Okay.
scared the kids.
Okay. How did y'all celebrate birthdays around y'all's house? Did y'all have people over? Did y'all bake a birthday cake? What was it like? Tell me.
I don't remember birthdays.
So you can't recall if your mom or dad celebrated y'all's birthday?
Nope. So that means that they probably did. I don't remember.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go on to your education. Where did you go to school at?
Canal Point and Pahokee.
Okay. Now, do you recall what elementary school you went to?
Canal Point Elementary.
So it was, okay. All right. Did you graduate high school?
No. Nearly graduated, but I didn't get a diploma.
What was your highest grade level that you did complete?
12.
12, so you did, okay. All right. Did you ever go to a technical school or college?
No.
Okay. What year was that you did the 12th grade? Do you recall?
Oh God, no. That's a long time ago.
Well, I'm asking if you
When I was
can
18.
recall what was your last year that you were in high school? What year?
12.
No, what year was it?
Oh, what? I don't know.
Was it 1950 something?
It was in the 50s.
What year?
Maybe.
What year would you have graduated?
Maybe 52. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're just wanting to see if you can remember what year. Okay. All right. Well, what classes interest you the most?
What classes?
Yeah, in high school.
English.
English. Okay. So, did you have in high school? Did you have a high school sweetheart?
No.
So you didn't have a high school sweetheart.
Mm-mm.
So there wasn't anybody that was named Buck.
But yeah, but that was in. I guess I was in 11th or 12th grade. Buck Hall.
Okay. So were you sweet with him or was it the other way around?
I guess I was sweet with him.
Ah, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're going to move on a little bit further. We're going to go like into your teenage years, okay, so 13 and up. And we're going to talk about, I'm going to ask you questions about family life, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So at this point in your life, your teen years, what was your relationship like with your parents?
Pretty good.
Pretty
Pretty
good.
good.
What do you mean pretty good? Did you obey what they asked you to do and stuff
Yeah.
like that?
Oh yes, you
did
had
you-
to.
Did you behave while you were at the house?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so did your parents, did they encourage you to do what you like to do? like to pursue it in school?
Yes,
Okay. All right. Did you play in any sorts, or were you involved in any clubs in high school?
I played softball.
You played softball. Okay. Okay. Recall the name of the softball team, or
No,
no? Okay. So at this stage of your life, your teenage years, what did you and your brothers and your sister do for fun at this point?
we were together all the time.
Okay, so there wasn't any particular activity that y'all did that you can remember.
Mm-mm.
Did y'all ever go to any movie nights? Was there like a theater in Canal Point or what?
I worked in the theater in Pahokee.
You worked in the theater in Pahokee, okay?
Yep.
Okay. Did your parents have you go to church?
Yes,
Okay. Now, what church were y'all a part of?
Baptist Church in Canal Point.
Okay. All right. So tell us, in these teenage years, what did you do for your free time, or in your free time?
When I was older, 16, 17, I had a car.
Oh, you had a car. What was your first car?
A Chevrolet, a 37 Chevrolet.
Okay. Now, around this time, who was your best friend?
Probably Tommy Faye Miller, Don Wayne Edwards, Tommy Faye Miller,
And how did y'all meet one another?
school.
School. Okay. So, what did you want to do when you got older?
Get married and have kids.
So, what was your first job, and what was it like?
A waitress at a tiny diner in Pahokee.
Okay. And tell us, what was that like? Was it a good experience working there?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now, at this point in your life, did you have a social life with friends, or what was that like?
It was friends, that's all.
Okay. 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 So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. We're gonna go to now 18 and up. Okay. So we're gonna go and talk about your adult life. Okay. So tell us, did you marry? If so, who to?
I married Donald McKinnon.
Okay. Now, how did y'all meet?
Through radio disc jockey in Belgrade.
Okay. You recall what that radio disc jockey's name was?
Yes, Kenneth Henderson.
Kenneth Henderson. Okay. All right. Now, where did y'all wind up marrying one another at?
In Belgrade at the Catholic Church.
Okay. Where was the reception held at?
The Pahokee Women's Club.
Okay. So, did you ever own a business in your life?
No. We owned a flower shop, but with somebody else. There were two of us.
So you co-owned a business, basically. Okay. So, at this point in this stage of your life, when you just got married in those first couple of years, what job or jobs did you have?
I didn't work.
You didn't work, so
No.
you were a stay-at-home mom.
Yep.
Okay. Now, as the kids got older and you got older, what did you have any jobs?
Yeah.
Tell us, what did you do for
I
work
was
now?
a baker at American Senior High.
Now, do you recall how many years you?
10.
10. You okay? So, at this point, at this stage of your life, who was a good friend of yours?
What stage was it?
Your married life. And there, who were a good friend of yours?
Trudy Vital.
Trudy Vitale. And how did you meet Trudy?
Through the church school,
Okay, so was it Santa Monica?
St. Monica's.
St. Monica's. Okay. And in your spare time, what did you like to do?
I like to bowl. I was on the bowling league.
Okay.
That's what we did. We had 4 kids.
Okay. Do you remember how long that you did the bowling league? How many
A couple
years?
of years.
Couple of years. Okay. Okay. Was there an important event in your life that took place around this time?
Around the bowling?
No.
Around now.
No. This time 18 and up, the married years of your life.
Having the children.
Okay, so having children was an important event in your life.
Yep.
Okay. Now, in this time frame, was there any major cultural events that happened?
No.
No. So back in the early 60s, mid 60s, there wasn't nothing significant that happened?
No.
Okay. So at this point in your life, back then, what was an important decision that you made?
What part of my life?
Your married life, your early married life. What was an important decision you made
I
back
guess to
then?
have the children.
No, I'm talking about, you already answered that. Was there a decision beside that?
No.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna backtrack just a little bit. Did you ever travel somewhere that you thought was important or just fun?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Going overseas.
Overseas. Where to overseas?
To Egypt.
Okay. So what did you do there?
Met friends and spent time with them.
Did you see any sights while you were there?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about that. What did you see over there?
The Nile River.
You saw the Nile River. Did you see anything
I
else?
saw the pyramids.
Are you talking about the Great Pyramids of Giza?
Yeah.
The 3 pyramids. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Did you go anyplace else in your life that you traveled? Either inside or outside the United States?
Oh yeah. Well, I traveled a lot.
Where did you tell us other places that you traveled to?
God, I can't remember now.
Did you ever go to Britain?
I went to London, to Great Britain.
Okay. What was that like? Tell us
It
about
was
that.
nice. It was a nice place.
What did y'all do, or what did y'all see over
We
there?
we met friends and they took us sightseeing,
Okay.
whatever there was to see.
Okay. So was there any other places that you visited in your life, as far as travel-wise, that you really enjoyed, that you really liked?
I really liked Egypt.
Well, why so?
I had a good time there.
Okay. All right. Okay. What was the weirdest place in your life that you ever been to?
Weirdest?
The weirdest place. Just strange. Weird.
Derek, I don't know.
So there wasn't some place that was just weird that you traveled to in all them traveling adventures?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right, now we're going to get to your children and their in the birth order. Tell me their names.
Didn't Ella, Dietra Ellen, Darlene and Erica, and Derek Edward.
Okay. Can you tell me their birth years?
62, 63, 66, and 71.
Okay. Okay. So which one of those were the easiest for you giving birth?
None of them. None of them. They all hurt like the devil.
Okay. So, out of all your kids, which one was the easiest to raise?
I think Darlene.
Darlene, why do you say that?
Because, I don't know, because.
Did she ever cry as a baby?
Of course she did.
Oh, okay. All right, well, who was the most difficult to raise?
Dietra.
Now, why do you say that?
Because she was a go-getter.
A go-getter?
Yeah.
What'd she go get?
Whatever she could.
And what was Danette like?
Danette was a good child. To this day, she still is. All my kids are good kids.
Okay.
Give you that. Is it empty?
No.
Oh, okay.
What's the proudest moment that you've ever seen your children do? Can you name maybe a couple?
Graduate?
Graduate. You
Yeah.
talking about from high school?
Yes.
Okay. Were you able to go to all of your children's graduation from high school?
Yes.
Okay.
Except Dietra. I don't think Dietra. She completed 12th grade and got a diploma, but I don't think she had a graduation.
Okay. All right. Was there any traumatic thing that ever happened to any one of your children that just stands out in your memory?
I'm sure there was there having poor kids, but
Was there anything that just something that was traumatic, that was not good? Can you ever recall anything that
I don't recall anything. I'm sure there was, but I don't recall it right now.
Okay. No, I just wanted to ask the question and give you the opportunity to see if you can recall. What were some happy moments with your children?
Going on vacation.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, when we left, we were gone a month, and we had a good time. The kids had a good time.
What'd y'all do when y'all took summer vacations?
Camping.
Where did the family camp at?
From Georgia all the way up to Canada.
Okay. So was there a particular camping outing, camping, summer that you just really sticks out in your mind? Did you travel with the family to some particular place that was really fun? Or did you go somewhere and see something that was really neat?
There was a campground in Georgia. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a good one.
Okay.
The kids liked it.
What made it good? Was there like just
Lots of things to do.
for the kids and y'all? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, was there any state? You said y'all took vacations, y'all traveled, right?
Yeah.
Was there any state or anything that was like a national monument that you really enjoyed that you ever went to, or like a national park that you went to? Was there anything like that?
Yeah, we went to Utah
Okay.
to the where they did this in the mountains, the drawings.
Oh, you're talking about Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been to Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
Was there?
lots of other places too.
Is there any ones that you can recall?
Not right offhand, but I
Okay.
know we went.
Okay. All right. So what, we're gonna wrap it up here in a little bit. So, in your life so far, what's been the best thing you've ever done in your life? What's the best decision that you've ever made?
The best thing is my kids.